I'm pissed. I'm pissed to the point where I'm shaking, and I hate getting this mad because I cannot effectively convey my points when I am this upset. I'm currently trying to get a wig braid down because I'm about to put a wig on. It's homecoming season. I'm about to put a wig on. I call around to all these different shops in the DMV area in Southern Maryland to see, who charges what, and whoever charges the lowest is where I'm going to go. I call Mimi's Hair Braiding. This is like Camp Springs, Temple Hills area. They tell me $20.25. That's a steal. So I come here. They see me walk in with this head full of hair. Don't nobody want to do my hair for real. That's cool. I take it on the chin. I deal with that all the time when I come in African shops. They see the hair. They really want to do people with short hair, with thin hair. That's cool, whatever. If I argue about who's going to do it, I don't care. Also, FYI, I'm fluent in French. I can understand nearly everything that you say to me in French. Can I speak it back? No, I can speak back to you in English. But I comprehend very well. So finally a lady comes out and she starts doing my hair. She does one whole braid, and another lady comes up to me and she's like, oh, it's gonna be $40. $40. I put my card out. I'm like, I'll pay the $40 because I'm already here and she already started. But I called you all and you all said no more than $35, which is why I'm here. So that's fine. You can charge your card. I won't be back though. Won't be back. You won't see me again. So it's all fine and dandy. Then she goes and she slides the card and she's like, it declined. I said, run it again. Because I know daggone well, Kayla Carter's card ain't declined for no $40. I know that. Debit card, I know that. Mind you, I'm getting my hair done. So I don't got no designer. I do. I look real bummy. And I really feel like at that point, because I made a comment about they trying to get over for the extra amount of money, that they immediately looked at me, looked at what I got on, and judged me. I'm about to go to the gym, by the way, after this. So, but whatever. She's like, it declined. I said, run it again. Then the lady behind me that's doing my hair cackling, she on the phone, but she chit-chatting about how I'm complaining about the $5. The other lady like, yeah, she must have just locked her card. They saying all of this in French, by the way. I said, first of all, I speak French fluently. I understand everything that y'all are saying. First of all, you behind me, you gonna stop playing in my hair right now. I'm going to take this braid out, and it is what it is. Y'all not doing my hair, giving my card back, and I'm stepping. And now I'm about to go make a TikTok about it. Because y'all be having all the balls in the world because y'all be thinking can't nobody understand y'all. You have me messed up, and now I'm going to the next salon. And now I'm going to go make a TikTok about the next salon if they're a great salon, and I'm going to put them on.
Okay, so let's take my flexi rods out and talk about one of the worst experiences I've ever had at a salon, probably in my life. Well, maybe not in my life, but it's definitely up there. Okay, so I'm in San Antonio, which is where Black girls' hair goes to dye. I finally find a stylist who has a slight idea of what she's doing, right? Like, I literally just needed a sew-in and a closure. It's 3 weeks after getting my initial install, and I bought the hair from her, which is important, right? I bought the hair from her. So I make my appointment for 6 o'clock, right? And I get there at 6:03. And I text her beforehand. I was like, hey, I'm running 3 minutes late. I'm so sorry. She had a 15 minutes grace period, but I still like to be very like I communicate, because she was one of those stylists who had like an 8-page booking. So I read all that. I took my highlighter, I took notes. I get to the salon and I sit down in her chair, right? And so she just takes a comb and she just starts just combing my hair like this. Like literally she just starts going like that. Like I cannot explain it. Like it was like she was literally like she wasn't combing anything, but she was just going like this. And so I turn around and she was like, why are you late? And so I was like, oh, I text you. Like, again, my appointment was at 6. I got there at 6:03. And she was like, I have you on my calendar for 4:30. Okay, well, that doesn't make sense because I booked for 6 o'clock. So I show her, like, the email that I got, and it said 6 p.m., which is what I booked. And she was like, oh, I don't know why I have 4:30. Just because you're illiterate does not mean you need to start She stopped playing in my head, and she was like, she noticed like how tangled the hair was. So she was like, let's go back, let's go to the sink, let's washing my hair. And she's being like rough again. And so now I'm like, okay, what's the issue? After a while of her again playing in my hair, she was like, where did you get these bundles from? I sit up in a shampoo chair and I turn around and I'm like, I got these bundles from you. When I say she got silent, so now I'm on high alert because I'm like, all right, this, like, there's red flags all over the place. She takes out the closure to like reinstall it. And then she pulls out a bag of bundles, like a Walmart bag of loose, just like loose tracks, okay? It's like sorting out these random pieces of hair, all kinds of different textures and lengths. I was like, wait a minute. So she begins to install these random tracks. She doesn't take any hair away. She just starts adding hair and they're like this, okay? Because I don't know whether I should pop off or if I should just, you know, breathe in, let God, because honestly, like, I assessed the situation and yeah, she could have beat my ass. Like, there was no way I was gonna win that fight. Like, hood salons, so I know the other girls would have jumped out their booths and it would have been this whole thing. And I didn't come to get jumped. I came to get my sew-in maintenance. So I sit there and I let her install these random pieces of hair into my head. And she curled it and, you know, it didn't look awful at the end, but it felt crazy. I was expecting like top tier service and instead I got bullied. So I've been through a lot, okay, to find a decent stylist. So I'm sticking beside her. The girl I have now, like, she's with me until she's just done doing hair.
With the first lady, I had an issue basically similar to her situation when I called a braiding shop. But I explained to them over the phone, hey, my hair is natural, it's thick. I have a lot of hair and I wanted box braids. And they was like, oh, it'll be $285. And I was like, so even with my hair being natural and being super thick, it is gonna be $285. And they were like, oh yes, it's $285. It doesn't matter the length or the thickness of your hair, it's $285. Okay, cool. So I get there, same situation. When I walked in, my hair blowed out. You could tell the look on their face like, oh Lord, like, here we go, somebody with some thick, long, like thick hair. So when I sat down, the lady looked over my hair and she was like, oh, it's gonna be $300. I'm like, $300? No, you told me over the phone, you or whoever I talked to over the phone, oh, it's $285. Oh, well, we didn't, you know, I didn't know your hair is gonna be this thick. I was like, I told the person on the phone, I have natural thick hair. My hair is very thick. You're sure that it's gonna be $285? And they told me no matter the length or the thickness of my hair, that's the set price. Well, you know, it's gonna take a little bit longer. I'm gonna have to charge you $300. To make a long story short, I told them don't worry about it. Have a nice day. Left up out of there without getting my hair done, and I went and found somebody else that actually charged the price they said that they were gonna charge. Like, I do not like that. Tell me over the phone. That's why everybody that I call, no matter what I get my hair, you know, whatever I get done in my hair, I let people know off top I have thick, natural hair. My hair is very thick and I have a lot of hair. So I'm letting you know way ahead of time what type of hair I have, the thickness of my hair, so you can give me the price that you want to give me right then and there. I do not wait until I get in your shop and then say, oh, I'm gonna charge another price, because I'm not gonna care if you think I got the money or not. If I got extra money or not, I'm not gonna care, because I'm gonna go off of what the price you told me over the phone. So I don't blame her for taking that braid down. I don't care if it is $5. I don't blame her for taking that braid down and leaving up out there and finding another shop. And the second lady, that was crazy as heck. First of all, you thought that the lady booked the appointment for 4:30 and she literally booked it for 6. Thank goodness she had an email showing proof that she booked her appointment for 6 o'clock and she was only 3 minutes late. You had to let the attitude go about that. You probably was already mad about something else. You were just trying to find something to take it out on this lady. Find somebody to take it out on. Then when you get the hair, just like you have an attitude again, and you're like, this hair is tangled. Where did you get the hair? And the young lady basically bust you out. I was like, I got this hair from you. Like she said, the girl got quiet. Yeah, because you were about to talk about your own hair. Like, ma'am, you don't know the quality of the hair you're selling to these people. You're supposed to know your hair. You're supposed to experiment with their hair. You're supposed to know your hair no matter what. And you didn't even know that was your hair, and you was about to talk bad about this hair that you sold to her. Then the third thing, you go into a bag and find random pieces of hair and start sewing into this girl's head with the hair she bought from you. I would have immediately like, no ma'am, because the thing is, I don't know where this hair been. This hair could have came out of your head or somebody else's head, and you're adding it into my head. Which I get what the young lady mean when she said it was other people in there. She was not trying to get jumped. I understand that, because we had that bad saying what we would do in a situation when we're not in that situation. But I think I would have been like, you know what? No, don't add that in my head. Do not add that hair in my head, because I don't know where this hair been that you was pulling out of this bag. No, ma'am. And I would have just let her use the hair that she had, and I would have left. But I would not have came back to her ever again, which, you know, I know she's not going back to her again. But my thing is this. Some of you hairstylists got to get with the program. Now, you have some amazing hairstylists out there that do their job. Kudos to you. I'm not talking to you all. I'm talking to the ones that want to be hairstylists, want to charge people arm and a leg, and you half doing your job, and you expect for these people to pay you these prices when you either half doing your job and you have an attitude. You don't have an attitude, but you half doing your job, and then you want people to pay you and get mad when they're like, I'm not paying you that. You got to bring you got to bring the customer service and bring the talent with it. You can't be half stepping. And it's like these stores are getting worse and worse every time you listen to these hair salon stories. Like, they're getting worse and worse, and it's sad. That's why I'm not quick to just go to anybody and let anybody do my hair. I try to do my hair sometimes, but depending on what it is, if I can't do it, I try my best to find somebody. But I'm reading them reviews. And what's crazy, she said she read reviews that she had like several reviews on her page, and I guess they must have been good reviews. The young lady decided to go to her. But it's like, some of y'all got to step your game up. But that's all for this video. I hope you all like it. Bye, everybody.
Who's that girl? It's Taniqa's world. It's Taniqa.